led the effort on this. We appreciate his hard work. And the unanimous vote by the council, after months of planning and organizing this, we had a unanimous vote on the July 11th meeting to pass the municipal ordinance for municipal IDs for the town of Morristown. They're issued solely to Morristown residents. There is a point system, and then for them to acquire municipal ID, they have to make an appointment. They have to come in and fill out an application. It'll be in Spanish and English. On any other language that's needed for a resident, we can print out any language. It's a benefit to our community that outweighs any negativity that you hear associated with municipal IDs. New Jersey is a leader in this country on municipal IDs. We're not the first one to do this in the state. Obviously, New York, San Francisco, other big cities have done this, Boston, but we're following cities like Newark, Jersey City, Elizabeth. I think Dover passed this. There's a number of other towns. I'm not purposely leaving them out. I believe we're number 9. But it's something that is a choice for residents, not based on their immigration status. It's based on a point system that is laid out in the brochure that you all can see. As you see the makeup of what it looks like, that's actually not accurate. I think the date that I was born is off. But we'll get that correct. I had the captain of the police department go, I didn't know we were the same age, and we're not. I think I got him by about 10 years or so. So this starts, you can be 14 years old to receive municipal ID. It's really just following the point system. And once you meet the criteria, you'll be eligible. It's $15 for 2 years, $7 to renew. And the benefits to this are several. One is we were just talking about it today. We used at the council meeting, a nurse came up and talked about when people go to the emergency room, they don't have any picture ID. So it's hard for the hospital to keep electronic records of people who visit the hospital, especially people who live in Morristown. So if you go to the emergency room and now you have a municipal ID from the town of Morristown because you're a resident of Morristown, you will present that in the emergency room and they will be able to now have an electronic record and be able to treat you if you come again knowing your history of your medical condition. So I think there's so many benefits to this. We've laid them out during the council meeting, whether it's a library card, whether it's with other criteria, a bank account, whether it's joining the municipal pool, there's recreation activities for the kids. It just opens up a lot of doors for people who can't get an ID. And it's not just an immigration issue. There's many people who can't need a picture ID. People don't necessarily all have driver's license. There are people who can't drive. There are people who will never drive. And it's just a way of having an identification because everyone asks for picture ID. And here you have an amazing, secure identification as we have followed the steps of other cities, New York City, and those in New Jersey to come up with the program that we think fits our town and fits our residents in, and we look forward to beginning this today. We're going to have a few people say a few words, and then we'll close it up. But I just want to recognize some people that are here. Carol from Dover.
Yes, Wind of the Spirit.
Wind of the Spirit. Our clerk is here. Obviously, the press, my wife, other people that have come to join us. Wind of the Spirit from Morristown. Brian is behind us. So there is only a couple of people to speak. Our police department, Reverend Miller is going to speak, but I do want 2 people just to say a couple of words. I would like Brian just to say a couple of words, keep it very brief. Pastor Chose, a couple of words, keep it very brief, and Pastor Silva, a couple of words, keep it very brief. But first, I want to bring up our lieutenant from our police department, Lieutenant Greer, to say a few words on the benefits of this for the police department issues.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. I'm here today on behalf of Chief Nemitz, who's unfortunately not able to be. He's out of state on another initiative. But we're just here briefly from the police department to say we wholeheartedly and strongly support this initiative. We appreciate as well all the hard work that's been put into designing this program and ensuring that it's been successful. We recognize, obviously, what we do. We recognize the difficulties a lot of people have in obtaining identification, presenting themselves, and communicating. We think this is a wonderful way to ensure that people feel secure, they feel safe, and they're able to communicate to the police department. So we strongly endorse it. We look forward to seeing the program as it expands forward, and hopefully we'll be able to help us as we continue with our mission of making sure everyone feels safe here in Morristown.
Thank you. Next. No?
My name is Allison Miller. I'm the minister at the Morristown Unitarian Fellowship, and I am one of the community leaders here. And I just want to say that this effort to have municipal IDs is an example of how this town strives to be. To have the mayor's office, the police department, the interfaith clergy council, and community organizations like Wind of the Spirit putting our heads together to really figure out what is to the benefit of our entire community and leaving no one out. And enough cannot be said about that at this time in history where there is so much division in this country and so much divisiveness. The right thing to do is to really pay attention to one another's humanity and to move forward with solutions that recognize the barriers and obstacles and challenges that all of us might face at one time or another. I just want to share that I'm excited about these municipal IDs for a few reasons. Number one, as a minister, I have opportunities to work with many of our community members when they're going through a time of illness or disability, and there are many people who cannot drive in our community. And getting to the DMV really requires driving. It's also an issue for those in our community who are suffering from poverty, and while Morris County is one of the wealthiest counties, Morristown has some of the poorest residents of this county. And so it's really unreasonable and to not pay attention to the needs of our neighbors, to realize the barrier that it is to arrive at the DMV. So I want to echo what the mayor said. This is not just about immigrants, and yet this will benefit immigrants in our community, many of whom don't have documents, and so they experience many barriers. The Clergy Council met a couple of summers ago and talking about how many of our children of color were excluded from the pool and took measures to open up the pool to more residents in the summer so that all of our children can play together. This municipal ID is another step in the right direction of paying attention to the needs of our whole community. And the Clergy Council is also working closely with the mayor's office to look at other ways that we can really become a fair and welcoming city and be a leader in the state of New Jersey and throughout the country, working to pay attention to the needs of everyone in our community. And so I want to just take the time to thank Wind of the Spirit, my colleagues on the Interfaith Clergy Council, Mayor Dougherty, the police department, and the leaders here for not being afraid to be a leader in our state.
My name is Reverend Dr. Brandon Cho, C-H-O, currently serving as the senior pastor of the Morristown United Methodist Church, the one on the green with the high steeple church. I just want to say we are a high steeple church, but we are as low as we would get because that's where the grassroots needs an exciting new adventure takes place. I am very excited and grateful to our mayor, and I can call him Tim because my son's name is Timothy. So I want to say, Mayor Tim, thank you so much for your leadership. And I celebrate the overwhelming support for this particular action by the city council. Actually, it was voted unanimously to support this idea. As a child of immigrant family who grew up in Honolulu, Hawaii, that's my hometown, I can really see a Morristown community becoming just like Honolulu in many ways, where we get to say, you're welcome into this community, and you will have equal access to our community services and life, the spirit of welcome and spirit of mutual respect and growth together. Whether you're immigrant or not, whether you are young or old, what this program does for us is to bring us together as a more united community and really helping in a more personal ways some of the activities that need to take place to advance and take the next step up towards the future that we have at hand. As someone who is active in the life of the Interfaith Clergy Council, I talked to several of my colleagues in ministry throughout this community, and they are all excited about what we are doing here. And you know what? We are becoming a cultural transformers, not just catching up with the changing trends of the community. We are the pace setters of creating a new culture of mutual, not only tolerance, but respect and acceptance. I think that's what we're all about. So, as someone who has been heavily involved in giving birth and nurturing a new Hispanic and Latino ministry in my local church, Nueva Esperanza, there is new hope through this particular action of the council, and I am very excited and grateful. Look forward to advancing our cultural transformation work as we move forward together. So thank you so much.
My name is Brian Lozano. I'm the community organizer and advocacy coordinator with Wind of the Spirit, an immigrant resource center here in Morristown. I just want to thank the mayor, the town council, the police department, and the Interfaith Clergy Council for moving on this and helping us to move this forward. I also want to echo what Reverend Allison said and state that this municipal ID helps not only the undocumented immigrant community, but returning citizens, seniors, and youth, and the special needs community, and the homeless community. And often they can't get to the DMV because there is no bus route to the DMV in Randolph, and there is no DMV anymore in Morristown, right? So this will help them to be able to identify themselves with the local police department. I know that this program is going to strengthen community policing. And I want to thank the mayor and the town council for pushing this through, because this is really an inclusive measure, right? It's a very inclusive municipal ID. Unlike other IDs, this program starts as young as 14, and it's limitless in age, and it's based on a point system and on a immigration status. So thank you to the mayor, the council, the Interfaith Clergy Council, and to the police department.
Good afternoon, my name is David Silva. I'm pastor at Centro Biblico of NJ, 63 Abbott Avenue, Morristown. 20 years ago, I came to this country as an immigrant. Today, I'm a citizen with privilege, and day to day, I work with immigrants. I know what it is to be an immigrant, but I also know what it is to work every day with people that have come to this country for the American dream. I don't want to re-emphasize what everybody else has said because I don't want to be repetitive, but I just want to point out that people that disagree and oppose this, they do it in base of immigration. There was a person who spoke at the town council meeting, and she said, well, in this country we have a beautiful immigration system. Obviously, she didn't know what she was talking about because we are in great need of a reform. Since the federal government doesn't do that, I'm glad for Mayor Tim's leadership, the town council, the work of the clergy, and everybody that participated, because if they don't resolve it, we need to bring solutions in our town. Morristown is a beautiful place, and this is one example of how we can become and continue moving to be a model in many ways, to be an integrated community. God bless you and thank you.
So Hillary is a huge supporter of a lot of the initiatives that we bring forward here in Morristown, and she is a huge supporter of municipal IDs. She was traveling abroad when this vote took place, so I want her to say a few words. She's a huge supporter of bringing these type of initiatives to our town, so that everyone feels they have a part in our beautiful town. And when Hillary gets done, I'll talk about 2 more issues, and then we'll actually do the first ID. Hillary.
Good afternoon. It's very easy to get behind things that make sense. So many of our residents are immigrants, our seniors, our special needs, they don't have IDs. And that limits you from doing so many things here. And I'm really excited to be a part of this. Like the mayor said, I wasn't here when it came time to vote, but from the very beginning, I've been a great supporter. I think it's an important measure that we've taken, and with the support of the clergy, and with my colleagues here at the town and the police department, it'll make it a safer place. It's very important for the police to be able to identify the people that they come across, misconstruing who people are, and it's safer for the residents, it's safer for the police, it's just safer for the town. And I'm really excited to be a part of it. Thank you.
Okay, so Brian touched on a number of the issues, which is why I kept it brief so everybody could have a say. And I think he said it eloquently on how far this reaches out.